How you doing, people? The topic of today's video is you don't matter. Kinda. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that when you die, the universe doesn't care about you. When you die, the universe still goes about what it was doing as if nothing ever happened. In fact, actually to the universe, the Earth doesn't matter. Because there are so many planets in our universe. So in terms of the Earth, or our one rocky planet in this giant universe that we have, it doesn't really matter. So if the Earth doesn't matter, you certainly don't matter. In fact, I don't even know how much our solar system matters to the entire universe. When one of us dies, yeah, the universe is still going to do its thing. And certainly our solar system is still going to do its thing. The Earth is still going to go around the sun. The moon is still going to go around the Earth. Oh yeah, and if there's anybody watching my video who believes that the sun goes around the Earth, pick up a textbook. There's no excuse for that. Okay, so what do I mean? What do I mean by kinda? So when you start shrinking the reference area, or the area of reference that you're referring to, or the area you're referring to, that's probably the best way to say it, you start to matter a little bit more. Now, follow me on this. So in terms of the universe, you don't matter. Now, and in terms of the universe, the Earth doesn't matter. And in terms of the universe, the solar system probably doesn't matter. Now, what about but how about each individual galaxy? Now, maybe they matter. Okay, so maybe the larger objects in our universe start to matter more because they make a bigger impact on the Earth. Or to the universe, sorry. Now, what happens if we work backwards? Actually, this probably isn't good. How you doing, people? The topic of today's video is you don't matter. Kinda. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, in terms of the universe, this massive, expansive universe that we have, you really don't matter. When you die, think about it. Do you think the universe will still operate the way it does? Yes, I'm for certain that you don't matter that much to the universe, that it will cease all function because you die. So, when you die, the universe doesn't care. Everything in it, almost everything in it will operate the same way. In that the Earth will still go around the sun, and the moon will still go around the Earth. Oh yeah, and if anybody's watching my video who believes that the sun goes around the Earth, pick up a textbook. Okay, so in terms of the universe, you don't matter at all. In fact, the Earth doesn't matter. The Earth is just one of many planets in this universe. So if the Earth doesn't matter, you certainly don't matter. In fact, none of the life on Earth matters to the universe. The universe will still operate the same way. It'll still go about its business. So, in fact, I don't even think our solar system matters to the universe at all. Now, what do I mean by kinda? Well, so we know that we don't matter to the universe. But I know that some of you are saying, but wait a second, I matter. I think I matter. Okay, well, I'm certain that you do, in some way. We'll explore that way. So, follow me on this. We're going to shrink the area we're referencing from the universe to our galaxy. Now, do we matter? Still no. Our galaxy is far too large and is not only far too large, but it also operates without needing us in it. And because of that, we don't matter to it. In fact, our planet probably doesn't matter to our galaxy either. Now, our solar system may matter to it, but let's follow this even further. Let's go down to our solar system. Do we matter? Maybe life in general matters to our solar system, but we really don't have any effect on it. Now, the Earth certainly matters to our solar system. So, now maybe we could shrink the... Actually, I don't know how much humanity matters to our solar system either. I mean, without humanity, our solar system would work the same way. So, actually, we probably really don't matter. And probably life in our solar system doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of our solar system. So, yeah, we really don't have that big of an impact. So let's shrink further. Do we matter to the Earth? We may. Life in general probably matters somewhat to the Earth, how the Earth operates and how it maintains its climate, and so on and so forth. So, life matters to the Earth. Does each individual person? No. We don't all make that big of an impact on the Earth itself to matter. Okay. So now you're thinking, oh boy, when am I going to start to matter? So, let's shrink it even further. Let's go to the entire human population. Now, would a city matter to a human population? I mean, we may hear about it on the news and may think, oh my god, that's devastating that a city got wiped out. So maybe a city matters to the entire population of the Earth, or entire human population of the Earth. Okay, what about each neighborhood? Now that's also just shaky, because I'm sure that if some obscure neighborhood in some corner of the globe got erased, most of us probably wouldn't care too much about it. I mean, that's kind of a bad thing to say, but if you really think about it, we're going to say, oh my god, for that few, if we ever hear about it, we're going to say, oh my god, and then we're going to think, then we're going to go about doing our thing, going to work or going to school or something. So, let's shrink it even further. Maybe, okay, let's take maybe country by country, for example. Okay, does some city out in some part of the U.S. matter? Yeah, if that city got devastated by something, we'd notice about it and we'd maybe do something about it. Maybe. If it's some weird, obscure city that nobody's ever heard about, maybe not. So, then we have to shrink. So let's shrink even further. Maybe, let's go down to a state in the United States. Now, does a city matter in that state? Yes, I can guarantee you that if a part of the state I'm in, or a city in the state that I'm in, got eradicated, or something big happened to it, excuse me, I'd care about it. And I'm certain that a lot of people would. So you're starting to matter a little bit more. But a person in that, in fact, maybe a person in that city, depending on what happened to the person, may matter. But most likely not. We probably don't care about somebody who died out in the other end of the state. So, we're going to explore we're going to go down even smaller. So, what about in your city? What about in your city? Do you think that person matters? I mean, you start to recognize a few more people in your city. You start to know a lot more people. So maybe that person matters a little bit more, because he matters more to the local population. You're starting to matter. But when you... So you're starting to matter a little bit more, depending on who you are in that city, or actually you probably matter to a lot of people in that city. So let's shrink further and further. Let's go down to basically your friends and family. You, of course, matter to them. I can guarantee you that if you suddenly disappeared, your friends and family will be in deep shock about it, and you do matter. So what am I getting at here? I mean, you matter, but only to a small amount of people. If somebody out... some of you could probably tell that I may be in the United States. I'm in the United States. I can guarantee you that if somebody died in the United States, somebody in France won't care. So, somebody in France will go, if they heard that he died, they'd go, oh! And then they'd go about doing whatever they want to do. And same vice versa. If somebody died in France and they told me, I'd be like, oh, okay, that sucks. Moving on. So, I know that sounds kind of harsh, but it's basically what we all do. So, now, you do matter definitely to your friends and family and anybody who knows you. So, I think we were talking about the idea of living on. Now, what does that mean to me? I'm an anti-theist and an atheist, which kind of goes along with anti-theist. You can't be anti-theist and religious. That'd be kind of weird. So, what I believe is that once you're dead, you're gone. That's it. Now, when you're with that belief, I still do believe that you live on, but not in the way that the religious texts say. I believe that you do live on, but you live on in the memories of others. You don't. There's no spirit. You're not walking around as some ghost somewhere or some thing like that. But you do live on in the memories and hearts of the people that you've impacted in your life. So I believe that the way that you live on, the way you live on is to, or the way you live on the most, that's the best word I could think of at the moment. There was a better word that I lost. But the way you live on the most, or the most prominently, is through the hearts and the minds of the people you touch. And in order to further or increase the way you live, or the amount that you live on, is to further inspire and touch those around you and making a bigger impact on the lives of others. So I set about trying to do that, and I made an impact on some people's lives. I hope that I'm making an impact on yours. So what you should wake up every day thinking is, who am I going to impact today? Whose life am I going to positively influence today? And that's a person that you'll live on in, or your memory will live on in. And that's all I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. Oh, quick end to the video. If you have any other topics that you would like me to talk about, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. I know I'm ending this again for the second time. Peace.